So this is a Whirly Pop popcorn popper. It's a hand crank. Hold it over that. Can you see that in there? Yeah.
Yep.
So that's how it works. I'm going to turn it up on high to get it heated up, and you want to make sure you've got a fan going. I'm going to turn on the oven fan and have the door and windows open. If you have a grill to do it on, that's even better. I forgot mine. Okay, so here's my green coffee.
Throw it.
I'm going to put 2 cups, and you can do more, but it will take longer, or less, and it will take less time. And then you just start turning. 2 cups take about 9 to 10 minutes to do. And I'm going to monologue for a little bit. I have done a lot of research and experimentation with roasting coffee. And if you like dark roast, then this is the most cost-effective way to get to a dark roast that you can control. There's much cheaper ways to roast coffee if you're okay with just a mild to a medium roast. And you can use air poppers. You can use an air fryer if you have a rotisserie basket. But this is one way that's very inexpensive to get to a dark roast, which is what we like. If you have a grill outside to do this over, it's probably a better idea because it does get very smoky.
What does the Whirly Pop cost? And where can I get one?
The last time I bought this, it was about $30. And I get it on Amazon. And it wears out. You will have to replace it every year or two. So
I do say you have to make sure you get that Whirly Pop. So we bought like an off-brand one once, and it didn't work very well.
Yeah, there's other hand-cranked popcorn poppers, and Whirly Pop is the best. There's cheaper ones, but this one's much better. So when it comes to roasting light or dark, we're on the dark side. We really like dark roast, and there's people that argue that it destroys the flavor of certain beans. We disagree. We like it dark. So if you're okay with a moderate roast, you can buy mechanical roasters for a reasonable price that will get it to medium. I looked into buying a roaster that gets it to a dark roast, and they are crazy expensive, like $800, $1,000. So we just keep going back to this Whirly Pop, and it works really good. I'm kind of lazy and wanted to get something that would just do all the work for me, and I just can't find it for an affordable price. So I should have mentioned earlier too, you want to have a bowl to put the roasted grains in ready. You could have 2 smaller bowls, and they should be glass or ceramic, and then you'll see later when we're cooling it, you could pour it back and forth between the 2 bowls. With this one, I just kind of toss it around outside to get the chaff off. I don't know if the video shows this, but it's starting to smoke now. And you'll notice more resistance too as you're cranking it. I think it's just the oils coming out, making things a little sticky. It's been about 5 or 6 minutes. And what we're listening for is called the first crack. It's a little harder to hear with that fan going, but I might have heard it already. Yeah, I think that was it. It sounds like popcorn popping. Okay, yeah. You can turn that off.
Stop cranking for just a second. Stop for a second.
No, it's not happening yet. No, just go ahead and move it off. You got the other fan going. Turn the fan off so we could hear the crack better. There we go.
There you go.
So you'll hear this one crack, and they call that the first crack. And then you'll hear little cracks every now and then. But what we're shooting for with a dark roast is getting to the second crack. And so this will turn into, like I said before, it'll sound like popcorn popping. It'll just start cracking like crazy, and the smoke will get more intense and it'll billow out, and that's when we know when we're close to being done. We don't like it charred to a crisp, but we do like it where it gets really dark and a glistening where the oils are really coming out.
So you get the first crack, and all the beans will crack once, and they'll go quiet for a little bit. And in about a minute, sometimes 2 minutes, you'll start hearing the second crack, and that's when you know you're getting close.
They're probably at a medium roast now.
Take a look at them.
I just did. Yeah. Let me. Yeah, that's kind of a medium roast now. Makes your whole house smell like coffee. Makes your hair smell like coffee. And if you go to the Kingdom Hall one day, if we ever go to the Kingdom Hall again, you'll go to the Kingdom Hall and hug somebody after you've roasted coffee, and they'll say, "Oh, you smell like coffee."
Smell like coffee.
It's starting to get pretty close, I think, huh? So what I do when I start to feel like it's getting time is I'll let just a few out just to check. No, we're not there yet, but I bet you we're about 30 seconds to a minute out. So you start hearing all this like sizzling and cracking, and the smoke just comes billowing out. I'm going to do another little test. We're very close.
So some people are real specific and scientific about this, like timing and heat and everything else. We just kind of go by how it sounds and looks. And comes out pretty good most of the time.
Now to me, that's perfect. David likes to go a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
Now, man, can you hear that? It's going crazy now. That's when it's like the oils are coming out. All right, that's enough. So now we're going to run outside.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. So now, can you see that? Now to get rid of the chaff, so I'm going to come out here, just keep filming. You want to do something you can blow. It's nice when it's a breezy day.
That is one advantage of the air fryer, is the chaff kind of blows off during the thing.
So I'll usually do a couple of cups in the air fryer to a moderate, and then a couple of cups like this and mix them together. But you don't really need to, you can do it all in the Whirly Pop if you like it like this. Or just use an air fryer if you don't want to do a hand crank and you're okay with a moderate roast. Look how beautiful that is. Oh man, it smells so good. All right, that's it, we're done.
Let's have some coffee.
Okay, so I wanted to just show you what an air fryer with a rotisserie drum can do. So here's our air fryer. Can you see in there? So it's got a rotisserie. I just so happened to roast some this morning.
And that's the chaff laying around all over the floor and the bottom.
Yeah. So, yeah, and the chaff gets there. So I just add it to our coffee we just roasted. And so you can see That's more of a medium roast, and I do that for about 45 minutes on 400. And there are people that absolutely love it right at that roast. So it's something to experiment with. Some people feel like, or I've read things that say that if you roast it on a lower temperature for longer, then there's different, nuances to the flavor. So it's a fun thing to experiment with. But the only reason I do both is just because it goes quicker to roast a little bit less in the to get it to dark. And then I bought the air fryer to experiment with it, and was a little disappointed that it only got to a moderate roast, but that's okay. So I do half and half, and that way we have a whole bunch of coffee for the week. There you go, that's what we do.